that your burger eating impression? It's my impression of Heidi the dog. She's an 18-year-old dog, and she's held together with duct tape, and every 5 seconds she goes. It's also the same sound as the cud-eating bovine from my cartoon. Just like an actual animal eating for sustenance. And, you know, you're over here being like, please give my character a chance. It's like the cow is just like, no, I'll stick to grass. And it's like, how dare this literal animal eat sustenance? But yeah. Like, you know, making that noise and also like shaking my head wildly like that. That's the dog. That's Heidi. Ah! God, babysitting. It's like not their fault. They don't even know how to talk or walk or do anything. Need a timeout. Thank you. Welcome, new followers. Kind of think if you're going to have art class, you should probably just let people create whatever they want to create for the most part. Sorry, I don't think I can agree with that. I think art class is all about being forced to make things you don't want to make. The reason is so that you can feel like, well, the reason is so when you do make what you want to make, you know how the rules are. You have to know the rules so you can break them. You do have to do what you want, ultimately, but that's like the difference between art class and a final project for art class. So most of the time, you do what they tell you. You listen and you draw and you hate it. And it really does kind of suck. I remember not being especially excited to learn how to do like perspective, like, you know, let's say you had to draw a perspective, right? So you draw a horizontal line like that, and then you draw a point here and a point here, and like now you're ready to draw your lines. It's like, it kind of sucks. Draw a line like that and a line like that. You map out all these stupid lines before you even begin your drawing at all. And you know, they're not really straight, so you kind of need a straight edge. And like, this doesn't have anything to do with the things that I was expecting from art school. It's like, you got your lines, right? What does that mean? It means that this is your perspective. So if you make your drawing, it's going to have to go towards one of these points on the horizon. So like, let's say you were trying to draw a box. I didn't use the points. I just did whatever I wanted. So like, when you do whatever the hell you want, it ends up not really aligning with the set rules. And I know everybody hates rules, but you can't break them until you know them. That's the thing. It's like, we actually know every rule that you're breaking right now, and we know that you know them, as opposed to just like, I don't know. Well, yeah, because like, here's your box, but like, now let's check the perspective. I mean, that's, you know, that's close, but not quite. See how it needs to be like this. Let me measure all of these lines with what they're really supposed to be doing. That's what you're really going for. So here, let me do like a copy and paste to show you the side by side. That like, this will be the original one that I did without following the lines. This one, let's adjust it so the lines are going with the perspective. Like, you want to do like this, where the lines are, they follow to the vanishing point. Yeah, I mean, this isn't a very good cube. The thing is, these vanishing points need to be a little further away, and then it'll look more correct. But, you know, just as an example, here is the fixed cube that follows the lines to the vanishing points properly. Oh yeah, that's, you know, it actually looks like shit compared to the original. But you know, that's how it goes when you do it for the first time in school. So, you know, you probably don't even remember which is supposed to be the right one. It looks like I'm crossing it out, but it really just looks like, or I think I'm crossing it out, but it really just looks like I'm adding more lines. Anyway, bad example. But like, yeah, like when I first was told to draw a box, I drew something that looked like this. I was like, that's perspective, right? And the teacher was just like, no. Like, I'm trying to show a cube as if it were like a skyscraper, but I wasn't doing the assignment how he wanted me to. I mean, this looks like something, but I didn't actually understand the fundamentals. I get it from like a technical perspective. He only wanted us to draw flowers and stuff, and I always prefer drawing people. Maybe I was just being a baby. Well, there's also, you know, the I admit I actually have hated most of the art classes I've been in because they didn't let me do anything that I wanted to do. But, you know, You don't need an art teacher to tell you what you can and can't do. And most of the time, the world of art will not know what you should be doing. They'll tell you to do something else. But yeah, art teachers don't have to like your art. They just need to get you to point B. You know, I think a good art teacher will try to reel you in a little because they know that you're good. They don't want you to get a big head about it. And when you go to art school, it shouldn't be about, oh hey, look how good I already am. It should be about, you're here, you're paying for it, let's learn. No, you actually don't know anything. And the fact that you think you do is just like, I don't know, what are you here for if you know everything? You're just here because it's daycare. Yeah, I don't know. Art school is kind of a pain. A lot of money, and it doesn't really even feel like you're getting much out of it. But I did, you know, I did. But it wasn't from teachers who praised me for my art. Although that teacher did care about my art. He was always asking me when the next one was. Super Mario, Super Mario, Super Mario World. When I got to college, they also said that I should never use Flash because it's dead, which made me mad. I actually don't know most of the general rules because I'm self-taught. I grew up making flick books by... Flick books? We call them flip books. That's interesting. By copying animated shows, movies, frame by frame. Well, you know, the thing that they don't want you to know in art school is that ultimately you will be mostly self-taught. I mean, what is art school trying to prepare you for exactly? They're trying to prepare you for the world of art careers. So to say Flash is dead is only accurate from like a business standpoint. It's like Flash was never alive. So how could it be dead? It's like Flash was only alive in quotes when it was a way to do cheap shit animation. It was a way to skimp on the animation. That was what people wanted it for. That's why it was so prevalent. And yet, you go online, you watch like Bitey of Brackenwood, you can see that it's not even about skimping on the animation. It's just one of the ways you can make animations. It's just easy to skimp on it. Doesn't necessarily mean you should or will. And you know, Flash has a bad connotation because they used it for cheap shit. So, you know, this industry I've never been a part of because I always hated everything they did, like the fucking Johnny Test shit. Had their fun with Flash and then decided it was worthless. And now it's dead. It's only dead to them. Like, why would people even say that to me while I'm working in Flash? They're like, don't you realize Flash is dead? It's like I have to use a dead program so that I can I don't know, I feel like I have to prove everyone wrong. I need to make my own art, which is, you know, a commentary on everyone else's art. It's like, you can't tell someone how to make art. You can tell them how to make a, you know, fucking Flash animated terrible comedy. You could say like, oh, we're not using Flash anymore. We're doing something even shittier and cheaper than Flash. It's like, good, you should. Well, some other student who made infographic animations in After Effects called me lazy for doing frame-by-frame Flash animations. How does that make any sense? I'm not going to try and figure out how that makes sense. It's because there's a connotation with that being lazy and not with what that person does. There's a connotation. Oh, didn't you hear at the other lunch table they're calling it lazy? Don't you know anything? You know, at the other table all the way across the room, and you're like, where? And they're like, there. They just point at a pillar. Behind the pillar? No, right there. It's like, I'm glad that you're having fun. Glad that you're having fun making $1 million, making terrible infographics that no one will ever watch more than once. In the late 2000s. He was just saying shit. Well, that's because saying shit is his real job. You argue into your position like that. You say, "Oh, Flash is dead and what I do is alive." So, you know, me money. I mean, people call me greedy for asking for $5,000. That's nothing. It's like they don't even realize how much money is just thrown at fucking bullshit. I'm asking for $5,000 to make this. Make something handmade. It's like those people will throw $5,000 of their own money at fucking bullshit. The birdsie of the future. People are obsessed with finding middlemans to be like parasites that benefit off of this kind of thing. It's like, oh, it's only good if parasites like it. It's like, are you one of the parasites? Because you talk about them as if you're not one of them. Fucking infographics is like the most like self-serving thing you could do. It's lazy and selfish. Nobody watches those. Those are made by computers now. There's like a channel that's like history and it's like animated and it looks like shit. Like there's no way that there's an actual person making those animations. It's all just like drag and drop. It's because capitalism needs to make 3,000,000% profit off of everything. That's why they generously give us infinity episodes of Johnny Test and crap like that. Capitalism. It's like your value is diminished by these people who think that, you know, asked if movie is good. It's like, why don't you just make more of that? Why don't you just make more algorithm? It's like people aren't even asking because they like it. They're trying to give you advice. They're trying to give you business advice. Why are people so involved? I mean, I guess I had to ask for money. I want people to get involved. But it's not those people. It's not people with $1 who are generous. I'm talking about everyone else. People who are like, Joe, here's my best advice. I know you said you don't take advice, but here's my best advice. Just make Dog of Wisdom 7.5. You know, just make whatever the next Dog of Wisdom is. Just do that. Why? It's like, maybe they'd like to see it, but also it's just like in their mind they think like, oh, well, that would be the smart thing to do, right? It's like, that would be good business advice. It's like, who the fuck are you? You're a kindergartner. It's like, I'm not taking advice from people who can't tie their shoes. That's not just, you know, I'm not just trashing my YouTube commenters. That's everywhere you go. It's like, you can't just say, I would like a new video game. You have to put it like, man, why aren't they doing this decision? They should really do it. They'd make $1 million. How many times do people have to say that? I really hope people are just getting tired of thinking that, right? Like, you would make so much money. I mean, they already do make so much money, and and people act like they're not listening. They are listening. They always got an ear out to hear what people want, because they want as much money as possible. Get rid of some of these. You know, I realized I don't need advice. I need $1. You know, you can hand somebody $1. It doesn't cost you anything. It only costs you $1, which I feel like people would rather just sit there for hours typing than give $1, which is the actual solution. They think, oh no, this deserves more conversation, more internet engagement for this thing. It's like, we don't need more engagement. We already have the answer. We found the solution, and all we're doing now is coming up with new problems. But yeah, like, fucking glass cake in the chat here has also been dragged by algorithms. You know, like a disgusting narcissistic YouTuber guy has made life harder for them. And, you know, we're all a little bit self-centered. The way that the platform builds us up, and then like people treat us like, I don't know, like we're high and mighty, and we're just people. So the more we're treated like people, the more we'll act like it. You have the, you know, you have the decision. You can act like a big disgusting narcissist, or you can come down and be one of us. Thanks for being the only fucking guy saying this stuff, man. I'm not afraid of Tom. He can do anything he wants. He can ignore his own problems as long as he wants. People are afraid of these people. It's a joke. We should be laughing at them. Don't be afraid of that asshole. You should have his channel demonetized. Imagine that. He would be brought down to my level. He'd be like, please Turbo fans, you have to let me live. Then what? Would he be animating all day? It's like, you know, he's a repugnant person, but it's also not entirely his fault. The platform forces people to do shit like that, you know, or, you know, he's a bad person and it makes it easy for him to have a foothold on a site like this. Hey YouTube, let's talk about sex. Like, all right. How did we get here? Welcome, thank you. Really call them Turbo fans? I mean, I don't know if he does anymore. It seems like maybe something he might have done like 15 years ago. I haven't kept up with him in a couple years because, you know, a couple years ago I ran afoul of him. I'm not trying to get him to waste even more of my time. I'm just saying, like, I'm not scared of him. And he wants people to be scared of him. He likes that. He made up a law that if you say something about me, I'll know it. You should talk about him more. If everybody fucking talked about him, well, no, don't do that because there's nothing there. Like, people are gonna be like, everyone's talking about this guy, let's check him out, and then they see his channel. It's like, why are they talking about it? I mean, you know, he's a YouTuber, one of those people who actually thinks of themselves as a YouTuber, because you can't even imagine any other life besides YouTube. I mean, has he ever thought that maybe this is why he's depressed? Has he ever thought that maybe this is why he hates his life so much? Because he does everything for YouTube. This is what I was trying to say in the first line of my video. You know, like I was echoing with my big sister's been saying for like years now that I'm too big for this platform. It's not right for me to be giving away so much of my own life to something that's not even alive. It's not even alive, and yet we act like that's our community, our people, our job. It's where you relax. It's where you do all your work and where you relax. It's wrong. we need something else. You know, don't be mad at me, Tom. Be mad at your decisions. And I promise I have sympathy, because I also am on YouTube. I've also made bad decisions. You know, talking to Tom on that thread was one of them. Because it's like, how do I even survive? How do I even make money? I don't know. I'll do stuff for algorithm's sake. And then it's just like, why am I rolling around in the mud with this other YouTube guy? Sorry, I can't bring myself to call myself a YouTuber. All I can think of is like an inner tube that you float around in, and like the inner tube is also a giant diaper full of shit. That's a YouTuber, just like someone's just like leaning back and like, well, taking a big shit. Are you just looking for a fight? I mean, I'm not looking for a fight at all. I'm just not scared. I'm not scared. I don't really have anything out for anybody. I just like won't take their shit. You know, if I meet just about anybody in person, I probably won't start a fight with them. It's another thing that the algorithm is like tricking you into doing. And you know, I think more people like you should be vocal about this shit. I have a lot of friends who could say the same thing, but they're scared. They don't want to. It's just not worth it. But if he tries to respond to this, then he's kind of fucked, isn't he? Because you made his cartoon for him. Well, just know that you were valued here. You know, I don't do things to get in fights. I don't say mean shit because I like fights. I mean, maybe there's a part of me that can't understand any other life, but I really only say shit because I think it's funny. And unfortunately for him, he's being funny. That's it. That's all. I'm in a much better state now than I was 3 years ago when I made that video making fun of Tom. But you know, maybe now we're at a point where we could just like set up some AI bots. It's like, AI, produce a paragraph of the most Tom baiting sentence you can possibly imagine. It was just like dripping with his favorite food. Is just like spray his favorite scent all over it. And then voila, you've distracted him for the rest of his life until he realizes that it's AI. Although, will he ever be able to tell the difference? People try trolling in this chat, and it's like pretty obvious was just a script with no soul. Speaking of a script with no soul, The Simpsons isn't good anymore. I mean, you know, no soul is like, watch out. Don't let the algorithm twist your emotions like I did. You know, I made fun of a lot of creators, but the fact that I made fun of a lot of creators was showed that I was really just making fun of a systemic issue, no one in particular. But, you know, people like Tom spend so much time online that they can't imagine that, and it's like everything is just a battle. You know, don't do that. Don't get like that. Don't load up your chamber with a bunch of excuses. Push the big button. I am being kind of toxic, but I just kind of lost my temper a year ago because I feel like a slowly boiled frog. Thanks for making Courtly and Friendle. Courtly and Friendle. Yeah, I don't know. Felt like that would be funny. And there's it's not that like there's this sense that the creator won't see it, that it won't get back to them, but instead the sense that I don't care, and that like it's not really for them anyway. I think that's what people expect. They think like everything making fun of somebody is really directed at them. They're like, not necessarily. I wasn't really making it for you to look at because I knew he wouldn't laugh at it. So yeah, that's a thing that happens. Just like gets muddled or muddied. Nobody even knows which it is. It's free real estate. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, man, I gotta delete these Tom comments because they're just taking up free real estate. Like, I don't want this guy occupying space in my mind. I want him occupying space on my comment section, even if it is a video about his cartoon. But not really. It's more like a video about your cartoon. I'll call you Glass Cake, creator of Astif Movie. Are people named Tom really that bad? I mean, you know, Tom from Tom and Jerry is bad. What a coward. Little wuss. Little bastard. I mean, Thomas the Tank Engine is cool, right? Tom Cruise. Wow. I think he needs a detox. I think he needs to lose some weight, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with saying that, because there's nothing wrong with being fat unless you don't want to be fat. Like, I don't understand this. It's like he tries to play two sides of the same. He tries to flip a coin and have it land on its side by saying like, "Oh, I hate being fat, but you know, you can't tell me that I'm unhealthy or anything." It's like, okay, you're taking something that's reserved for people who like being fat and are sick of the comments about it. You're stealing from them. You know, there are people who look fine and they're overweight. It has nothing to do with how they look. It's all about how they feel about it. He just needs self-esteem. You know, he needs to be told he's cute, even if he doesn't feel like it. That's something I think that works. You ever tell a fat girl that she looks hot? she starts getting hotter. It's like there are fat women that just like look confident, and then there are thin women that don't. Like, it has nothing to do with the weight, but you can tell that it's like the weight is depressing them. Tom does just need someone to be nice to him. I mean, people treated him like he was their boss. So any niceness they had for him was probably all just as fake as his niceness. Is there a genuine person in there worth loving? I think you can say that about anybody. But he hasn't really showed it to us. He showed us the guy you know from YouTube. He showed us a popular online guy. And look, he can go after me with all of his fans, and it doesn't change anything about how he feels. He can't shut me up, you know, until I'm just like bored of talking about him because he's not that interesting. But, you know, I think there's a lot of YouTubers that are kind of not that interesting. And all of those fuckers need a break. Stop giving so much to the platform. Is he really that bad? I mean, he's not that different from any other YouTuber. I'm not saying he's, like, the problem. I'm saying that the problem is within him. The YouTuber mindset is like, you just make videos. You're not a famous guy. But they make us think that we're like a celebrity. It's like, that is poisoning our minds. The expectation is killing us. I honestly have sympathy for him because I also do the same kind of shit he does. Ellis Mark needs a break big time. Dude, my god, I want to smash that guy's TV. Don't make these fucking videos. Don't do this to yourself. You make a video that's like 6 hours. It's like a 6 hour long video. I'm not exaggerating. It's like literally 6 hours long, called ranking every episode of SpongeBob or something. And the thumbnail is just him holding his head in his hand, crying. It's like, you gotta treat yourself a little better. You know, look in the mirror and say you look nice. I don't know what else to say, because like, the platform is what causes people to go and say it like this. You're giving too much to the platform. I'll keep saying it. You're giving too fucking much to the platform. This is why he's well, you know, it seems like he's a naturally abusive person, and it kind of preys on people who do that. You know, it gives them a reason to be abusive. Gives them a good reason. It's rewarded. It's like, I don't care if he goes after me. It's abusive. It's abusive, and I got a Patreon, so, you know, whatever. Give me money. I'm not going to, you know, it sounds greedy to be like, give me money, but it's a lot greedier to just be like, hey, pay attention. People don't think their time's worth anything, but it is. This is why people would rather give me words instead of $1, because they don't even think their time is worth a damn cent. It's really actually not if you waste it on that. If you just leave a comment, doesn't matter how many paragraphs you got ChatGPT to generate it for you. it'll only be worth as much as like a fucking view. You know, there are people who comment something that makes me laugh. That's worth a lot more than $1. And then there's people who just like try to ruin my day. That's worth a lot less. Tom is just used to his cudgel. He's used to having his little cudgel, but now it's looking more like a toy hammer because fuck YouTube. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at YouTube. I'm not threatened by them. Come fucking kill me. I don't know. Like, what does Tom actually have against me? Nothing. And I don't even really have, well, I have some things against him, but I feel like people's behavior, people's bad behavior that you call them out for is not the same as condemnation. Especially if it's a systemic issue. You just want that to go away. Look, I know Bill Cosby should have gone to prison, but like, it's not because we need to stop him. Not now. It's a little late for that. I feel like people are always doing stuff they're a little late to, because regret is stronger than compassion. Like, we can't treat the victims nicely. We can only treat the abuser poorly. That's how we get MAGA shit. Look what they did. We're bringing back Bill Cosby. And, you know, I'm not afraid of his abuse because his abuse is puny. I stood up to it. That I could be proud of. Even if I'm not really proud of the stuff I said. I see a lot of people who are just afraid to invoke him because they know he's listening, like fucking Voldemort. He was also a pune who died like an idiot. It's like he obviously has pain, and I do have sympathy, but I don't fucking care about you using that pain as a cudgel. I don't fucking care. I don't care about you using it to get. You know, it's like, we know you're overweight. You don't have to act like that's your newest cudgel, your newest weapon against everybody. That's your problem. It's your personal problem. And it wouldn't be anybody's business if it wasn't so obvious. You know, people are like, what happened? It's like, he gained weight. It happens. What do you mean, what happened? It's like, well, since people are talking about it, I suppose I'll acknowledge it. It's like, you don't have to do everything that the fucking algorithm or commenters or whatever tell you to do. That's why he's miserable, and he thinks he can blame me. I didn't do anything to him. It's a little bit not his fault because the platform forces us to act unnaturally towards each other, towards ourselves. He's got a serious, you know, I don't know what exactly is the problem, but he's probably got an eating disorder. It's normal. It's just happens. I'm not making fun of that. I'm making fun of his reaction, making fun of how abusive he becomes. And well, he really thought that nobody would ever know, like the whole animator shit. But then it's like, you know, a few years after that, the animators actually did make their they made these problems known, and Tom tried to use that to get sympathy. He's like, animators don't like me. They don't like me anymore. He just doesn't know any other way. I think, well, I don't know what he should do exactly. Un-YouTube or un-algorithm your life a little would help. You know, maybe listen to what your patrons are saying, not what your commenters are saying. There is no truth in a million people saying the same thing. There is no truth. That's like saying AI art is art. That's like saying Rock knows everything. It's just fucking pigeon rank. Like, do you remember PageRank, the thing that drives Google? Do you remember the parody they did with Pigeon Rank? It's like stupid fucking pigeons pushing buttons. That's what it feels like with AI generated results. It's like sometimes I'll use AI to ask a question if it's like too difficult to pose it as a search, but I'm not looking for it by default when I search for stuff. And that's kind of like if you asked your YouTube audience, you know, hey guys, I'm doing a poll. What is the objective truth about this thing? It's like they're not going to give you the truth. They're going to give you a highly ranked result. Like when you look up something on Google and it really thinks it knows what you want, but that's not it. You may think that, but no. All right, I'm tired of working on this. You know, I guess as an animator, I probably felt at the time that, like, you know, Tom isn't actually equal to me until he's animated. He has no right to treat me this way, and I won't have it. And maybe if he animated, he'd be a little bit happier because he'd have something that gave him some pride. You can get all the millions and millions of views you want, and it won't give you any satisfaction the way that, like, making something gives you. You know, you think that there is, like, you think that, like, the goal is to be validated, but, like, oh my god, and you know nothing about this. The way that, like, animators and artists operate, they have to self-validate. Nobody's gonna validate them. And look at the people validating Tom. They're probably also really abusive. They're probably really overweight. They're overweight and they think, I get to, not only do I get to be overweight, but I get to be mean about it. There's nothing inherently unattractive about being overweight. It's more that we're told that and we believe it, so it becomes true. People don't see your body and think, oh, they're you know, they see your face and they think, like, this person's not attractive. They see what's behind your face, the sadness, the feeling like you can't get out of it. I mean, you could also just be happy to be overweight. Fat is kind of hot. I don't know if like anyone wants to be really overweight, but, like, I mean, some people do. Some people want them to be. I mean, nobody wants to be miserable. And of course I have sympathy. It's just that, like, my sympathy ends when it's really just your little treat to bully. That's not anything. Like, if somebody tells you to lose weight, that's not very nice. But if you're delighted that now you have an excuse to bully them, that's like almost like you're agreeing. It's almost like you're giving them the right to say that so that you can have the right. You know, I'm not pretending like Tom thought about all this stuff. I'm just saying this is what he's used to. You're on some Roald Dahl, ugly thoughts, ugly people sort of thing. Beautiful thoughts, beautiful people. Yeah, it is a little like that. I'm so glad I got noise-canceling headphones a couple years ago and just tuned out of anything in the YouTuberverse because I nearly lost my mind. Yeah. Thanks for coming into the chat, by the way, because I was actually kind of ignoring it before you came in here. Let's see what people are saying on oh my god, whenever I check Twitch chat, it's like someone's saying stuff that's like out of context and I have no idea what they're talking about. They could make their own Dog of Wisdom 7.5. They could. I would love to watch it because I don't really think I can make it. Not right now, anyway. Not until I do Dog of Wisdom 7.0. The whole weird "my name is Earl" apology tour he went on pissed me off. He made 2 videos where he invoked my name. It was totally self-serving. The "my name is Earl" guy, or I guess you mean Tom. He talked about you in an apology video? Oh, I see. So like he made an apology video back in the day when, you know, not because he felt bad for the animators he screwed over, but because he needed to do something to look. I think that he is a very sick man, and I don't think that he should be given more shit for it. I think he should be given less. I think we should retract the attention that he wants. Get invested in YouTube drama is such a waste of time. Well, yeah, because they run ads, which means that wasting their time is literally what they get paid to do. Not me. I try to make my videos short and sweet, so you don't have to shit around all day watching them. No one's gonna put him in a timeout corner. I mean, he needs therapy. I don't think going after people is cute. I don't think there's a such thing as Tom's Law. That's not a law, that's an illness. But yeah, like for me to like spend too much time messing with him, arguing with him, it's as if to say that I'm just as worthless as he is. That my time is just as worthless. I don't actually think that. He doesn't have respect for his fans or his own time or his own body, and it shows. So, you know, what am I saying? I'm saying it's a cautionary tale to be what he is. Like, he's just allowed the algorithm to make him do whatever he wants. And he doesn't get anything he wants. He's not happy, he's not healthy. And you can't even tell these things to him. He should know them. He kind of knows them. but when you say it, it's kind of like easy for him to ignore because you're criticizing him. I don't know. Not even about him most of the time. It's something that platforms do to everybody. Turns everybody into a shitcock. But especially him because he was predisposed. It's like, you don't need to prove that you're smarter than a flat earther. No, it's true. Oh no! No, I'm sorry. I just am better than him. I'm better than him. Well, you know. I don't think that he's incapable of doing what I do. Just that he's not even trying. The platform doesn't want you to try because trying isn't cool. It's like, God forbid one fat little Eric Cartman racist is gonna be like,
I'm not subscribing, you guys, because you're not cool.
it's like, okay, I'll try to be cool like you. Like, no, come back, please. It's like, you know, you can argue with me all day that being that heavy is not unhealthy, but I will not concede that his behavior, you know, his behavior is not healthy. That's what I'm really saying. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. I guess I should pull back. Yeah, but I would have taken an email or DM over that fucking performance. Yeah, it's performative. It's like, please allow me to make animations again. It's like, you could always have made your own animations. If you make them yourself, you'll realize what goes into them. Thank you. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Fox and Space Show? We're working on Audrey and Victor. Just talking about how toxic the platforms are and how they get people who are probably otherwise normal people to act like internet shitbrains. It's you know, it's very tempting to like just like hate on that person, and you know, I'll make fun of them. But I also have sympathy. The way that platforms get us to do unnatural things is
not cool.
Not anymore. I mean, you know, it was never actually cool. Cherish your small, tight communities. Gets worse every day. Yep, you're right. It does feel like there's just like more demands, more restrictions, more tight control of not just what you do, but like how you feel. It's like I'm sick of them telling me how to feel all the time. It's like my emotions are being controlled, and I don't want that. I don't like the things that add revenue and like these stupid fucking things that don't even have anything to do with what I do. I don't like the way that they've twisted me. I don't like the way that they've gotten me to, do things that are embarrassing or just like plain unhelpful. It's really hard for me to watch that part and not yawn. It's infectious. This stuff, like the computer screen, I'm probably going to do an A sprite. A lot of that is happening in the overall Linux community right now because it's become so bad that I've checked out of offering support. Oh no, that's too bad. I guess Windows is so shit that all the like screaming hordes are trying to get Linux tech support. And it's like one at a time. All right, let's move on. Probably got some other scenes to work on here. There's a lot done on these. Maybe I should start a new scene. Animation looks fluid. I really like it. Thank you. It's like, come on. It's just like, come on, everyone. It's software. It doesn't need to be so deep. I mean, they could just ask AI, can't they? Well, like, it's not even just the amount of people, which is probably the biggest problem, but also just like the kind of people you're getting. That it's like, chop chop, snap snap. This is what I'm used to. I'm used to being treated like I'm used to being treated like I'm nothing but what is it? It's like I'm used to being treated like I'm just numbers, right? So I'm gonna treat everyone else that way. I don't know. I think that's how I would describe me. That I was acting like, if everybody's just gonna treat me like numbers, like it's the only thing I know. And your time isn't actually that important. So I'm getting a little weary of this, like, chop chop. Don't you realize that I'm a consumer? Don't you realize I spend my entire life just eating and farting? Don't you realize that makes me above you, a lowly minimum wage worker? It's like, this is the attitude. This is the attitude that, people are exploited and they exploit, and this just, everybody loves that system. Except they don't really love it. They kind of don't know anything else. The best system in the world. There's no better one. I mean, the Genie video I made was just me trying to get people to feel a real emotion for saying hard shit. I'm running debloated Windows 11 made by some 19-year-old kid. It's fucking great. I didn't know about that, but maybe I'll look into that. always 19-year-olds who are coming to the rescue. Like, the guy who made Kirby's Dream Land was like 19. Let me work on this part, and then I'll get out of here. I'm getting kind of tired. Let me maybe finish this tiger animation. This guy probably needs some extra sketches for this part. I feel like he's doing a couple things here. Anyway, what's going on? What's everything going on? We were just talking about how Glass Cake was you know, part of a very successful animated series and not treated well. Very bad. But, you know, we're trying to make them feel better. Why don't you hop over their Patreon, support their work. I became a patron. I mean, I don't know if you know what they do. And if you knew the cartoon I'm talking about, you'd probably want to kill them. But it's not their fault. Sorry, are you I keep saying they, but you're probably he, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know, I usually don't ask people what their pronouns are. I just, like, already know them. I'm an any pronouns guy, so I don't care. Oh, okay. I've been through too many ego deaths to care. I'm just Glass Cake. Okay. Yeah. Patreon.com/glasscake. He makes funny shit. Yeah, I'll try to plug a few more people's Patreons because I feel like I'm getting enough to survive now, but not everyone else is doing as well. And you know, I wish there was a little bit more to say than like these people need help, but you know, they're always making stuff. You know, I don't want to fall into the gloom of like, oh, Patreon doesn't work anymore, because all of these things fucking work. It's just that, like, I don't know, People need to know what it costs. You gotta tell them what your price is. And if you don't tell them that, then they'll think that it's zero. They'll think that you'll just like have all day to argue with them. Now, my videos are not scarcity. There's no scarcity to my videos, which is why I'd probably never want to paywall them. But there's scarcity of me. I'm scarce. And I'll make myself scarce. Because my whole life is not YouTube. I'm just happy that Audrey and Victor has enough fans for it to go forward, cause yeah, it's a little different from what I was hoping for when I was like 17. Like, you know, I'm not gonna get Macy's parade balloons of my characters, but instead of being depressing, that's a relief to me. Because, you know, I don't want my fucking balloon to get popped and blow away. My balloon pops and all the people die. All the people who are holding the balloon get blown up. And their blood just spells out Free Palestine. That's, you know, that is a... What do you call that? That's like a pyramid scheme that we bought into. That there's like a scarcity of what cartoon characters are allowed to be featured. I mean, yeah, maybe at the parade, but not in general. The only scarcity is you. Speaking of which, I gotta get out of here. Let me do a little more work and then I'll go. I was saying, like, sometimes you gotta just like drag all the pieces. Like, what if I drag the pieces and then just like drag them back? Does that give me yeah, it gives me a little bit of chaos. Anyway, what do we talk about before I get out of here? YouTube, blah blah blah. Talked about that for a while. Talked about, in summation, it's like, thank you, welcome. In summation, it's like, stop giving so much to the platform. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't matter if you think you're famous. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't matter if you're rich and famous like Mr. Beast. They don't care about him. They're waiting to replace him. I don't think they care about him, even a little. He's money to them, and I feel like it feels especially like they don't care about us because they only care about him, but they don't really care about him either. But you know who does care about me? Viewers like you. Patreon link. Yeah, don't forget to join my Patreon. I probably should have posted that. Here, let me accidentally post glass cakes in the other chat. Whoops, I meant to post my own. Sorry, that was an accident. Accident on purpose. Why is it not? Okay, it doesn't actually show as a link. Also, no? Alright, I guess I'm just gonna keep posting his Patreon link. There it is. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Just, you know. Just make with the funny. There won't be any problem. I mean, you know, people are like that to everybody. They're like, why don't you just be funny? It's like, I don't know. I guess you're right. It's tough. It's fucking tough out there. I'm always falling into a deep depression that ends up being even more detrimental than the thing I was depressed about. I feel like maybe you wouldn't see that from that angle. I can't just be funny. You can just be. You can't just be funny. They gotta give you something to be funny about. Joe's Patreon gives you access to the great Discord. Yes, and it is pretty great. I think I have a good little community going. It's just for $2 patrons, and you wouldn't think that would make a big difference, but it does, because it means that the people who want to be there really mean it. They're not just like, hey, how do I get into the Discord that I'll forget about so I can come back 9 months later and be like, what the fuck is this? I was like, these people are paying every month. Also, if you stop paying, I'm probably not gonna kick you. Unless you're really annoying, then I'll kick you no matter what. I've never had to kick any. Wait, no, I think I did. Somebody who was yeah, they were doing something I didn't like off of Discord. It won't happen as often here. You get the occasional crypto bot advertising a web page, right? You'll eventually get those people that's like, here's how you get viewers. Get the viewers. It's like, if I scroll up, I'm probably gonna find it. No, I probably won't, because I already been watching the chat. Although yeah, sometimes I forget the Twitch chat is there, because it's very often is 0 people. So you want to become a follower, then the dog will be like, bah, and then you'll actually get an email when I'm live. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and become a patron, and come to my house and tell me it's all right. give me a hug and a gentle pat on the ass. Yeah, I don't know. We do need that, but maybe not from our patrons. I think there is an unavoidable parasocial aspect to it, though. It's it kind of felt like it came to me saying, I need help, I'm struggling. And people have to like acknowledge your humanity. But I don't know. It also feels good that like I can say that, I can do that, and people still, even then, they still give me boundaries, they still give me the space that I require. You require space. One of my requirements. I feel like I want people to leave me alone in like a Britney Spears kind of way. Leave her alone! She's a human! And like, I don't even mean like go away. I want to talk to these people. I want to talk to everybody. But like, the people who already do it, there are people who talk to me every day while leaving me alone. They know that it's not, you know, I'm not their therapist, they're not mine. We're not Walter and Jesse. We're not trapped in a you know, we're not up a stream without a paddle. We don't need to hug each other for warmth like penguins. Well, I guess the Patreon is a bit of a penguin huddle. What I'm saying is that there is a respect that needs to be given to extremely online, well-known content fuckers. You know, I'm gonna stop acting like I'm some sort of elite just because people know my name, and everybody's gonna stop acting like I'm not even a human, like I'm an entity. Man, I hate that shit. You're not even a person. You're an entity. Entity. It's because that you know, it's because the icon of that person matters to them personally. That doesn't mean they're an entity. It doesn't make them an icon. This means we're Bad Luck Brian. We're basically just Bad Luck Brian. No matter how positive your internet fame is, it'll always be a little bit like Star Wars Kid. Really, just like everyone's just there to ruin your life because they think it's funny. It's like, it feels sometimes like I have to use my internet following for everything, but then like using my internet following for everything is costing me. It's like not good. You know, like if you have a personal issue for someone, maybe it's best not to get the internet involved. Like, what does that even mean anymore? Oh, the internet found out about the. It means that like people who consume people, cannibals, basically, are gonna cannibalize you now. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of those people, but I feel like the new patrons are giving me hope. It's making me feel like not everybody out there is just out to get you. Not everybody out there is a mindless consumer. Most people are also people. Some people are machines, but most people are actually people. I'm grateful for that there's, I don't know. I think that's why I was lashing out. I was just like convinced. Nobody could tell me otherwise. That like, you know, everybody hates me. They just see me as like Aunt Jemima. They're just like there to abuse me and consume me. Blah blah blah. Those are just things that you tell yourself to feel worse. Don't fall for that one like I did. In retrospect, Chris Crocker was so right. A year ago, I started telling people on Twitter unfollow me, and they said stop tweeting this stuff like it was directed at them personally. Like I would just tweet it directed at nobody just to see what happens. I get demands like, I get DMs like, stop telling me to unfollow you. Oh God, they think you're talking to them. Yeah, that's a lot of it. It's like people don't realize it when you're being harassed by other users. So like when you know, inevitably talk about it without really knowing how to, you'll just like direct your anger at anybody who's there. It's like people are so mean to me. And it's like people are like, "Well, I didn't do anything to you." It's like you're doing it right now. It's like they don't understand what you really have been through, and you know you don't mean to be like that to them. You're trying to shoot it omnidirectionally, which, oh my God, just be direct. Just fucking be direct. You know, like you're saying, like he who must not be named made a video where he just like apologized, but not to you, to his audience that might be mad at him. That's not being direct. Not like Joe Direct. It's so fucking funny that he's he who must not be named. He's the guy who shows up if you name him. I'm not even sure if he realizes that. Users reading tweets to stop watching offensive stuff get offended. I think I'm just on some George Harrison shit at this point where I'm scared of everything, so my art just takes aim at the void. Yeah. I would, you know, advise against it, because people don't actually understand it when you're mad. They think there's something unnatural about you being mad. And there is something unnatural about the way you just direct your anger at the void. I'm you know, I'm done with that. I guess there are still things I like to vent about, but no longer taking aim. I advise against it. I'm nice now. I mean, I'm not that nice, but at least I don't go around picking fights anymore. It was not good for me. Just turning into Doug Levinson. Who the hell do you think you are? You any kind of artist? Shame on you. Well, you know, you try to feel like you're taking control, but it's really that it's taking control of you. And I don't know why everyone thinks this, but probably has something to do with the fact that the internet's only existed for a couple decades, and nobody was really prepared for this. I'm trying not to pick fights, but I did realize that I need a backbone at some point. I mean, you're fine telling everybody how you feel, how you've been treated. It's like even if that guy was an asshole, like, you don't need to make it like it's shitty drama. It's really just about your personal experiences, and that, like, if you like this cartoon as a kid, maybe check out my new stuff. Because you don't even know the people who might be interested. You're only thinking about, and you know, I'm telling you from experience that you're only thinking about what some bast is thinking, because it feels like when there's like 3 guys posting it, it feels really prevalent. It's probably not good that I've been doing that so much. The like whole fight picking thing probably encouraged other people to be in a perpetual state of anger. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. We kind of think about ourselves a lot and don't really think about who's even listening or looking. It's all for the dopamine, and I'm not interested in dopamine. Welcome. Thank you, EMHX. I'm not just trying to have a dopamine rush. When you do that, it's like a fight or flight thing. Like, you feel like you're about to die, and you want to just like either use the rest of your life force to destroy, or, you know, just like be numb to whatever is about to destroy you. It's a natural reaction, but it's unnatural how it's like, you know, you're actually okay. You're actually not in danger. We act like we're in danger. Having indignant rage for the rest of my life isn't exactly productive if I'm not also being a helpful person. Yeah. Doped up on that internet sauce. How to get my badge back, very important. Good. But yeah. I think it feels great that there are so many people who really care about the cartoons and maybe care about me. You kind of give too much to the people who hate you if all you do is try to fight. Not real life. You can't kill them. They won't bleed. They won't shut up because they won't start bleeding. And that's not what I do anyway. I'll hurt people. It's sad. It's sad that like there's a lot of people online who are just like hopelessly tied to it. Like our emotions are dictated by whatever the fucking number says. It's true. It's like when I was a kid, I would be confused about that shit. That like grown-ups see a number and it ruins their day. But like, yeah, it's like when you get those patrons, like I did, it for me, it occurred to me immediately that I'm not just numbers, and people don't even see me that way. It's just how fucking bad I was feeling was making me think that. I don't know anything else. Like, I guess I'm just a piece of shit to these guys. Blah blah blah.
Wah, no one like me.
I mean, yeah, I would often do Waluigi's voice to try and exaggerate this feeling, so it would make me laugh. But even that wasn't always effective. I think you really need to find people, or else you'll just not even know how much people care. Can't just like make fun of. I was making fun of myself a lot, saying like, you know, I made a Papa's Gatito where the Chihuahua makes a GoFundus because I was thinking about doing it and I made fun of that idea. I think I'm probably not gonna have to do that because I have Patreon. It's not the same idea because people are actually paying me to do my job, not just paying me to. I don't know. I've said things to worry people and trying to just do my job. Like, it's not my job to like stand on a ledge, say I'm not getting off until you give me money. That's not what I do. I don't like worrying people. I don't like I don't like killing myself. You know, like I'm not gonna threaten to kill myself. I feel like, you know, I'm not gonna turn into Hitler and kill myself. I feel like that's all I've been doing. I'm getting tired of turning into Hitler and killing myself. It's boring. And people are like, yeah, seen that one. It's like, how come nobody's taking me seriously? I don't know. I just wasn't being direct. I wasn't being direct. It's like, I think people get it now that here's the deal. The deal is that I make cartoon and you watch them. But, you know, for people who want a little Discord community to be part of, there's also the you can give me $1 side of things, or $2 because that's what it costs. Yeah, and a Discord server, well, there's no actual scarcity there, but when the chat is scrolling like mile a minute, that's your scarcity. So you do have to paywall that, but not the videos. I don't want to paywall the videos. That doesn't sit right with me. Because it's the internet. You can infinitely like produce something. You can make 1 trillion copies of it for nothing. Although it also is YouTube, so they compress the hell out of your videos. If you were uploading it to your own site with no compression, not for mass consumption, then yeah, there'd probably be a little bit of an expense to the video hosting and servers and stuff. Give it maybe 15 more minutes and then get out of here. But yeah. Entire thing I've been talking about for the past 2 hours summarized. The exact same thing I said in the first line of my video. I've been giving way too much to the platform. The platform's not even a person. How do I know that those million views are even human? They might be bots. It could just be Google making fun of me, saying, make more of this. Don't. Oh, what? I was curious about that. TBH, I joined for $5, but couldn't figure out Discord since it's my first Patreon donation, if it's separate on purpose or if I'm just stupid. Thank you for joining Patreon just to, or, you know, using Patreon for the first time just to be on my server, or just to throw me a couple bucks. I think it's pretty simple. If you need any help, just shoot me a message on Patreon. I'll give you the link. It should just be like a post that gets unlocked for you after you become a patron. Yeah, I have had a couple people tell me that they don't know where to find the link, and instead of figuring out why, I just sent to them. So let me just send it to you if you still can't find out. If you still can't find it. All right, that's too close to that, isn't it? It's also close to that. I love to stream. Oh, how I love to stream. And my mother and Jesus. Please don't make me stop. No, I mean, I think people have proven that they really do care. I was depressed for years because I was under my own assumptions that everyone just like loved what I do and hated me. Why would I think that? Oh, I'm sorry if I hurt you in any of my tirades, but I think it had a lot more to do with me than anyone else. Why would I think that no one cares about me? I don't know, but probably because I was alone. Your brain was designed like 5 million years ago. So it's not really going to make a lot of sense applied to now. I was thinking before, like, you know, just like yesterday while streaming, I was doing a little VR. I was like using this headset while I was using my headset and my headphones. So I had like two massive cables coming from me, going different directions, and it's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, for some reason, I can't. I'm not cut out for all these wires. And I was like, it's weird that I am cut out for fighting woolly mammoths. Like, that's what we're designed for. I feel like whenever I'm just like, you know, when something's not working, that's something that would have worked if you were fighting a woolly mammoth, but not if you were trying to get something to work. Our brains are vestigial, basically. Or, you know, our instincts do not serve us. You know, when you think of angry old Joe Gran, he's like, why is he so pissed? Because his brain was designed 5 million years ago. You know, we online, we act like we act like we can reach out and kill someone. And we have ever since we've gotten online. We've been like type. As soon as they invent a way to punch someone online, you know, like, obviously you're the funny one here. You don't want to be the butt of a joke online. Because yeah, we really do think while we're typing that we can affect online the way that you can, like, intimidate people with a mean look. It doesn't do. Yeah, we gotta get a hold of that fight or flight thing at some point. I still feel like nobody gives a shit sometimes, but my audience is maturing and are generally supportive. Like, even when people are genuinely nice to me, I'm just like, why do you want to kill me? Oh, yeah, that's me too. It's like, you know, some 6-year-old on an iPad is like, when are you making Dog of Wisdom 4? And instead of being like, holy shit, you typed that all on your own, I'm like, why do you hate me? It's not entirely my fault. I have to forgive myself. I have to forgive everyone. The only ones I don't have to forgive are Google, because that's not even a person. All of their decisions are based on data, so you can't even pin them on any human beings. Like, who decided that AI should be forced onto your, like, the place where your videos, like, my content videos used to be? I don't know if anyone did. I think it was just like someone didn't do something about it. That decision was just made by machines. They did research that found that no matter what they do to the algorithm, social science says that people will all do the bad stuff. Well, that's comforting in a way. knowing that there's no way to judge it so that it's good. There's no ethical way of algorithming people. Like, you end up starting to see people as just numbers. It wasn't, you know, it's not like I deserved it, but I got back when I was putting in. I got back the pain and anger that I was putting in. Don't do what I did. Be nice now. Just gonna, you know, focus on this. Try to chase this as long as I can. This idea that it's just like, I don't know. I just love streaming, animating, working, talking. Love to talk. Love to yap. And none of those things even have anything to do with making it on the algorithm. Getting onto the algorithm. Jesus, it's like not even impressing a person anymore. It's like impressing a... I don't know. It's like impressing a monster. Pretty monstrous, the algorithm. Like Pennywise. You know, people think like, oh, I have to avoid this video or else it'll fuck up my algorithm. That's so sad. That's so sad that like that's how we have to hide from the algorithm. Like, what is this stupid fucking shit? I'm curious, but I don't want it to think that I am, so I'll look at it in a private tab. Like, what's that? I mean, we should probably be logged out all the time. The only reason I'm logged into YouTube is because they make you to stream. I don't have to log in to stream on Twitch, though. There's no such thing as peaking, man. I mean, there is, but not in the way people think. Sometimes artists get weird, and sometimes people are here for it, and sometimes and some people aren't. Right. Yeah, like from experience, I could tell you there is no peaking because people thought I was the Iron bad guy, and then they thought I was the Blonic guy, and they thought I was the Dog of Wisdom guy. But I'm not. I'm not the literally Hitler guy. I'm just Joe. And I am just a guy. I make art. I'm just an artist. I do think of what I do as art. I don't think that makes me a pretentious fuck. I think that I'm okay with coming off as one because it's not about me. But I don't think there's anything pretentious about being like, I am an artist, an artiste. You gotta put that away a little to actually make something that's meaningful to you. You have to like forget about everyone's expectations. Like, oh, you're an artist. What art do you make? You know, like they're asking as if you're gonna be like, why? I make Dog of Wisdom, and they'll be like, what? That's literally impressive. My mom's seen that video. Like, all right, well, your mom seeing a video is really just a indication of how good something is, not the goal. You don't have to be logged in. Well, like on Twitch, you could just stream with a stream key. I guess YouTubers are too fucking bigly, so they're not allowed to do that. I love working. I don't want to stop. Oh, I need to make dinner. Let's take a look at what we got. Oh, wait, let me copy and paste these gripes first. What are we expected to believe? This is some magic xylophone or something? When people in the comments start debating over how many shells was remaining in the genie's shotgun, it made my tummy warm. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't even bother keeping the fingers consistent. What are people gonna do? Comment about it? Oh no. Say it isn't so. I was thinking about intentionally putting inaccuracies to get more commenters. Yeah, the way that like geeks will pick apart a show like in that Simpsons gag, it's because they can't make a cartoon and they're mad at you. They're mad at you for entertaining them. Well, like it's easier to criticize. So let's just do that. Let's just do what's easier. Like the shower. I love being in the stream and I hate getting out. I sort of hate starting. You aren't an influential artist if the only thing you can say that people will hear is hubba-dubba-dugga. Well, maybe. I think, you know, it's fine if you only make one great artwork in an entire lifetime, right? If it's really great, then it was worth your entire life to make it, right? But you're right, I'm not just that. That is what people may think, but in order to make something like that, you need to be a fully fledged artist. Of course, people don't think that because I make it look effortless. A popstica. with the pot sticker. There is a sense that that's all I should make. But why? Because that's what's popular? Again with the fucking business advice. Do you want to see a cartoon or do you want to be in business together? Feels like that's something I gotta see the end of eventually. I desperately want that to go away. This idea that everyone's just like, they just know what's best for your business. Like, what was your dad a consultant in the 90s? Where there's people that just like, prove your business, like, because that's what it feels like. That I'm just being sold like a self-help book by the American Psycho. That's like, why don't you get a job? You smell like shit. It's like, you know, it's pretty convincing, but I don't have to listen. I don't have to listen, and I'm glad I don't, because those people don't know anything. Maybe it works for them, but it doesn't necessarily have to apply to me and what I'm doing. Right? It's like, it's art. I'll keep saying it, no matter how you may think. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. It has to be drawn out some way. This is why people hate art. Like, why is he being so greedy with his art, with his not art? Because I'm not going to call it art, because art is something beside this. Art is something else. This isn't art. This is lay content, not lay art. I've been to Les Louvre, and that, my friend, would not go in. It's like, you know, to them it's like a cheeseburger. It's like, I want it when I ask for it. It's not art. It's not your art to make my cheeseburger. It's a basic fucking sandwich. It doesn't need to be you. I could replace you with a guy who does it faster. Although, if SpongeBob is correct, then you know, Neptune's burgers were bad because he didn't put any love into them. To some people, making burgers is art, but what I'm saying is, like, that's how YouTube videos are looked at, as if they're not art. And it's true, most of them are not even close to being art. And even a lot of my videos are fucking terrible. But just because something's terrible doesn't mean it's not art. You know? SpongeBob's art is a burger. Why? That's just his passion. Why? This is a cartoon. There's no one like that. But it is there are people who are very passionate about what they do, and you know, maybe consider what they do to be art in a way that other people don't. Like, I think even animators a lot of the time aren't making art, not in their minds at least. And art doesn't need to matter to a billion people. It just needs to be a pure expression, like a real feeling expressed. For me, I hated being in that asshole's principal's office when I didn't do anything wrong. So I have to express that through art. I do it because I have to, not because I like to. I also like to. How long you been working on this episode? Over a year. But I think the slow part is over, at least, because there was a time when I knew what I wanted out of the cartoon but didn't have the story, and that was a year ago. So by now I have the whole thing figured out. I have the storyboard is mostly complete. I think it's gonna be another year before it's done. Oh, you know, if that outrages you, just know it also outrages me. That's why I'm always plugging my Patreon. I would love if I could get a couple extra hands, you know, so I could pick my nose while I'm drawing, and so I could work. I could get more work done with a couple extra people. So if you want me to help me reach my next milestone of 5,000 a month, I know it's a lot, but like I swear, like it will go faster if I get that. I mean, I don't know. I've never gotten that. I've made 5,000 a month from ad revenue a few times, but I don't really know what it would be like if I was getting that every month. Probably have a lot more people, and I don't know if patrons want that. Maybe they want me to do everything, because when everything is made by me, then it's really mine. It's really like my expression. It's not just like filtered through someone else. Get 100% of it. So I don't know, unless you can wait, which you're gonna have to do either way. Bro, I remember being sent to the principal for doodling in my math book. I did the math work. Leave me alone. Give me alone. Oh, brother. I noticed when you compliment someone for cooking you a meal, even if it's just pasta, it's the happiest I've ever seen anyone. I also love animating and drawing. It's my art. Yeah, well, it is art. It's like the whole thing about like content. What they don't tell you is that it's not going to be content forever. When you're dead, or possibly a lot sooner than that, that shit's just gonna be art. So you better look at it now and be like, is this worth rewatching? In 300 years, will this be here, or will it be shift deleted long ago? Because who gives a shit? I'd like for people to be watching my shit when I'm dead. But not everybody has that kind of foresight. They just see it for the content it is. You know, like why the fuck was JonTron on the AVGN's couch? Was it because it was such a good idea? It was so fucking funny? Or was it because it means temporary ad revenue? Like, why let that asshole insert himself? now people don't want him at all because he's bad for ad or whatever. making these decisions for the content, and like people get so fucking sick over that shit. They get so fucking ill over that. Like, instead of keeping track of what videos are good, they keep track of what the like friendliness is between content creators. It's like, oh, the angry video game nerd and the nostalgia critic must hate each other. It's like, no, they like each other. They work together. It's like, oh well, glad they cleared that one up for me, because I was concerned. I think that's a sickness, being obsessed with the relationships between them as people. Like, I know we're here, I know we're hanging out. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like the parasocial thing runs really deep, and like that should not be. You know, you like don't talk about me and my ex-girlfriend's relationship. That has nothing to do with you guys. It's just gossip. It's gossip about people you pretend to care about. And most content creators just are okay with that. Probably because gossip leads to more attention, and that leads to more money. But like, if we just had the money, we wouldn't need to play this shitty fucking game. It's like, I don't actually care if people know what my relationship is to other creators, because that's not the content. The content is the art. And I make art, and it becomes content, but I don't make content. I'm an artist. I love being an artist. I always tell people I'm an artist when they ask me what I do. I say I'm an artist, and I do not elaborate. Unless they continuously ask questions. Oh yeah, what kind of art? Then I'll be like, animator, YouTube stuff. Oh, that's cool. Can I see your work? No. No, I don't do that. But they usually don't ask any further questions, so that's usually where it ends. Like, that just gives me nonstop stress. This, the thing people actually want me to do, the thing that actually makes money, the thing that actually gets something done, this is what I want to be doing. Working. I don't really like making videos asking for money. I'm glad people really responded to it, because I don't really like doing it. And if it didn't get me the money I need, then it would have felt like another waste. But, you know, it's not, I don't want it to be a parasocial thing. I want there to be a deal. I want people to understand the deal that I make cartoons and you watch them. Don't give too much to the platform. I want to give less to the platform and more to people. Because if you're giving to the platform, you're giving it to people, but it's being filtered. It's being filtered through a middleman. That middleman probably wants us all dead. That middleman, you know, big tech, big money, Google, YouTube, whoever, they would be happy if they didn't need to have us. I feel like that's basically what YouTube did by having stuff like Mr. Beast take over. It's like, we found a more efficient way to get what we want, and your services are no longer needed here. But, you know, of course, don't leave. We still want you as a customer. We need that 3 cents a day. That's what it fucking feels like. Cute. try to keep in mind this Zizek joke about two rabbis arguing about who is more over who is more nothing. I don't think I've heard that one, but that's good. I want my work to function as matrix code so nobody accidentally becomes a Scientologist in 300 years from now. Shit like that is why I'm so paranoid. Oh, there's nothing you can do about that. If they form a religion off of one of my tweets and 10 trillion people die, well, I wasn't asking for that. Like the kill everyone religion. Like I didn't even know 10 trillion people could exist. No, that's not your fault. And it's not Jesus's fault either. So let's throw him a bone. Don't hit him with it. Jesus's tweets ruined everything. It's like the South Park episode where it's like, you ruined everything with your gay little song. Bah. Bah. Fuck him. Yeah, I actually kind of liked it without the mouth. That looks better. Alright, let me just in between this and then call it a day. Last final thoughts. I don't know, be an artist. Call yourself an artist. Because it's cringy to be like, I'm an artist, but there's no way it's more cringy than saying I'm a content creator. That's so much worse. I would sooner wear a beret around and be like, and pronounce it artiste than be, be someone who says content creator without snickering. I can't imagine that. That's just like, ugh. Don't be a content creator. Content creators don't care about anything. They only care about numbers. Be an artist who cares about numbers, but in like the weird way. The kind that's like, 1 is a boy, 2 is a girl, 3 is a girl. That's the kind of numbers game I want to be in. Like some shit that doesn't make any sense. Not something that people pretend makes sense. I love that people are just giving me money. It makes me feel so good. It's even more than having it. It's like my faith is restored. And I'm not even doing anything different. I'm just getting up every day and streaming like always. It's great. It's great. It really was Google's fault. Everything was the fucking platform. And but if I don't learn that lesson now, then it's only my fault. It's not that I'm leaving YouTube. I've thought about it. I don't know if it needs to come to that. I don't think that's collective bargaining exactly. Instead of people being like, you know, what I wish they would be like, and just like read my fucking mind and give me exactly what I'm thinking without telling them. People aren't just gonna be like, oh, let's treat him better now. we should have treated him better. No, they're gonna be like, what happened? Oh well, you know, just forget I ever existed. And for the past couple of years, I've been like doing nothing but making things worse. But it's funny now because it's in the past. Yeah, this is something that probably would have been easier with a sketch, but it's also like such a little animation that I figured I could just do it without one. As an artist, I needed that. Yep. You deserve to feel good, man. Feels good, man. Thank you. I am absolved from sin, like Pepe the Frog. He's nice now. Nobody thinks he's a Nazi anymore. And maybe one day it'll be like how people finally stopped calling me the Blonic guy or the Iron Bad guy. They'll finally stop saying that Joe is the angry guy. I didn't want to make an insincere apology, but I am sorry because it's not what I do. It's not why anyone's following me. It's just like, how do I say people I'm human too? Not like the way I did. Not like that. I guess like I've always been great at expressing myself abstractly through my work. But like, you know, you do that just like to other people, it's not gonna have that significance that people give it, even though they don't really understand it. You know, people say my work and they're like, I don't get it, but I think it's fun. But they won't say that about my rants that don't make any sense to them. Hopefully I've made some sense. I've spelled out what I need, what I'm doing, what you get out of it. And the Patreon is over 1,000 now, so I'm grateful that people responded well, and I'm also pretty pleased with myself that I was able to finally express myself, not cry and not make any threats. Not gonna delete my channel. I would love to because I'm so sick of this shit, but I'm not going to because I don't want to punish people randomly. I'm not gonna turn this car around. Alright, is this done? Oh, they're cute. Content creators that are famous can make random shit like rating letters and still make a buttload of money. Yeah. can never unsee just how the back fin, the second arm, and mouth is just a long nose. Huh? Does it look like an arm? Didn't you demolish your Twitter or your Blue Sky or something? I'm not on Blue Sky. I mean, I'm on Blue Sky. Give me a follow on Blue Sky. Blue Sky, oh wait, bski.app/Jogran. I think that's a link. No. I tweet 7 million times a day because everything I say is really funny. All right, third time's a charm. Let's just do the entire thing. https:// Now we're talking. Except that's not the link at all. Here, let me just copy and paste it. Oh, bluesky.social, not bluesky.app. Fourth time's the charm. All right, this is really the end of the stream. Let's just watch it one last time. I think this tiger's looking pretty good. He's coming to life. And that laugh's not too bad. I need to animate them coming out of the water, but other than that, this is looking pretty good. The end of the stream. My least favorite part of the stream. But it's okay. Oh yeah, that's a glitch. Gotta fix that. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Now we got arcs. Now we got good shit. Yay. That's it. Thanks for coming. Should we raid anybody? Got anybody to raid? Seriously, thank you so much for coming. I love to stream. I love streaming. I love working. I wish I could just always work, but I have to live as well. I have to piss and shit and eat and die. It's all part of life. Yeah. Hate the sin, not the sinner. Stop giving so much to the platform. And so on. Yeah, no raid. Or yeah, I can raid Bob Ross. Whatever. Alright, thanks for watching. Raid Bob Ross. the target channel is disabled. Alright, fuck it. I'm just getting out of here. Bye. Thanks for watching. Join my Patreon. Join the Discord. Everybody there's cool. Follow, subscribe, whatever the fuck you have to do. Catch me